Hello everybody, I am Syrachime, and I welcome you back to another episode of my Pokemon FireRed Let's Play. In the last episode, we went to a house that had been robbed, found the perpetrator, and stole his stolen goods. And then we made it over to the Cerulean Gym where we had to battle Misty twice because she did not like me bad-mouthing her. And now in this episode, we're going to conclude our business here in Cerulean City, find out where we have to go, and then make our way towards that destination. But before we do that, you might notice that I am standing inside of the Pokemart right now, and I have a pretty good reason for that. I wanted to follow up on something I said I was going to do in the last episode, and that was, well, if you recall, I had a fit because Misty was using super potions, and I didn't think you could get them at this point in the game. So, to kind of follow up on that, I decided to come here and check and see if you actually could get them in the game, or at least in this part, and as it turns out, you actually can get super potions at this point in the game. So, no matter what I was saying, Misty was not cheating. She just took the time to get to use her money to get super potions, and I didn't. If I had, who knows how the first battle would have turned out with her. But anyway, that's all in the past, and there you can get super potions at this point. So now that we know that, it's time to find out where we have to go from here. And the best place for that is to look at the town map. Now, while we could just pull this item out of our item pack and find out, we're going to do it this way because I said so. If you look at the town map, you might think that the next place we have to go is Lavender Town. But as it turns out, we can't actually get there because there is a tree blocking our path. I know, it doesn't make any sense, does it? Well, instead, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go all the way down to Vermilion City. And you actually get there by, well, as it implies, going to the south. So, with that, we've done everything here in Cerulean City that we can do, at least right now. So, we're going to make our way to Vermilion City. What you're supposed to do is go back here, go back to the house that was robbed by the rocket that wanted to dig themselves into trouble, or no good, as the girl in here said. And if you head to the south, or go around, you come to this crossroads. One road blocked by a tree that we can't get past no matter what we do. Stupid tree. And to the south, which is the way we're supposed to go. So we'll just keep going down here. And as we do, we come to a new route. And as is with tradition, a new route means new Pokemon. But only one new one this time. The one and only new Pokemon you could find here on this route is the normal-type Pokemon Meowth. Now, aside from a fantastic speed stat, Meowth really doesn't have anything to contribute worthwhile to your team. It may be fast, but it doesn't have any kind of attack stats or defense stats, meaning it can't hit hard or take any kind of hits at all. Now, with its speed, you could use this Pokemon to pick off weakened foes, but that's really about it. That and its ability pickup, which gives you random items, is the only reason I'd recommend Meowth. But, you know, even with that speed, there are faster and stronger things out there, and because of that, I would actually recommend you look elsewhere besides, you know, right here at this Pokemon. Because there are just a lot of other Pokemon that could do a better job than what Meowth can. Okay, so we're done with the lone bio for the only new Pokemon in this area. So we'll just keep heading to the south here. And you'll notice that if we had jumped some ledges, we could have gone in that house over there. But that house is not going to serve me any purpose. Basically what that is a daycare. You could leave a Pokemon in there and, you know, over time, every step that you take would be the equivalent of 1 experience point. So if you have a weak Pokemon, you'd like to raise it, you could leave it there for a while and come back and get it later. But aside from that, it really doesn't serve any purpose, which is why I'm not going over there. So the map said we had to go to Vermilion City. You think we could go this way, but wouldn't you know it, some old crazy guy is keeping us from going forward on our journey again. And what's his excuse this time? I'm a guard on duty. Gee, I'm thirsty though. Oh wait, the road's closed. So some grumpy, thirsty old man's not letting us go by without giving us any kind of reason. Well, I guess we're not going to Vermilion City that way. So how do we get down there? Well, as it turns out, if you check this out, we have an underground path which will take us straight from Cerulean City to Vermilion City. That's awfully convenient. Somebody must have been planning ahead for when some thirsty guard wouldn't let us go through. Ah, well. So we're going to take this trail to Vermilion City. And before we do, you'll see this girl here. She'll say, "Hi, do you have a Nidoran? Want to trade it for my Nidoran?" Basically, this girl will give you the Nidoran that is rare in your game for the Nidoran that is common in your game. So if you're playing FireRed like I am, you could get the Nidoran female for a Nidoran male, and vice versa if you're playing Leaf Green. But I'm not using either of these Pokemon on my team, so I'm not going to use that trait at all. Alright, with that, we are down here in the underground path. Now, there are a lot of items down here. I do not know where they are offhand, and I'm not going to take the time to look for them, because that would be an episode all on its own. But just know that these items are down here, and if you want them, you can come down here and look for them if you want. But I don't personally need them or know where they're at, so I'm not going to look for them. And pretty much this girl here will just tell you that people often lose things. Pretty much that there are a lot of items down there and you could find them. And with that, we are on Route 6. Now you know what that means. While there would be new Pokemon in this route, this is actually the one route where there are no new Pokemon, so no bios this time. Yay! Maybe. Yeah, there are a lot of trainers here, but, you know, they're not required. I'm not going to do them as tradition, you know. So go around here, just bypass all these trainers. This trainer right here, I would not recommend you battle this trainer at all because he has the most annoying Pokemon and moveset on that Pokemon ever. What that is, I'll probably show in a later video, but just trust me. Of all the trainers to avoid, that one is the absolute worst. Now, if you come around here, there are two trainers that are unavoidable, and we are going to have to battle them. So with that, I say we get right into it. Me? Well, okay, I'll play. What are you playing? Tag? Hide and seek? Simon Says? Isabelle. Pidgey! Yes, we will destroy all Pidgeys with our electric-type Pikachu! And there goes one Pidgey, shocking the birds! Alright, so she has two Pidgeys! I wonder what this Pidgey has on it, as far as its moves and everything. Who knows? Well, I guess while I'm doing this battle, I could tell you that if you haven't started catching some Pokemon at this point in the game, you might want to consider doing it, because there's going to be a location we have to go to within a relatively short time of being in Vermilion City. And if you don't have 10 Pokemon, or at least have caught 10 types of Pokemon, you're not going to be able to get an incredibly important item, which will make getting through the next part of this game a whole lot simpler. So, yeah, if you haven't started catching Pokemon, I would recommend you do that now. And that's actually what I kind of did off screen. I went and caught 9 Pokemon. Why isn't there 10? Well, there's a reason for that, and you will see why shortly. Hint, hint. So we go down here and we'll battle our last trainer. Huh? You want to talk to me? I don't want to talk to anybody. You people scare me. Whoa. Yeah, that is scary. What do we got here? Got a Spearow. Yeah, we'll just... same strategy as before. Shock the birds. Because that's apparently all Pikachu's good for at this moment, is shocking things. Alright, one Pokemon down. We have Eradicate, the natural predator of Pikachus, apparently. So we're going to switch out, because I always die whenever I'm up against Rattata or Eradicate. And they're goofy quick attacks. I don't know. There goes saying I don't know again. Okay, so I think here we're going to put this rat to sleep. Oh no! Stay with me. Good job. Haha, to sleep. I get way too excited over nothing. I'll stop that. Okay, so we're just going to absorb this and become part normal type. Or part rat. Yeah, I should specify that absorb really does not change your type. That's just something I'm doing to be goofy, because I like being goofy. Who doesn't? It's fun. All absorb does is just absorb HP from the opponent, and that's it. That's a good move, though. Oh, Rattata, no! Use Tackle. Well, it's okay, as long as it's not using Quick Attack, even though Hyper Fang's more powerful. But it's the Quick Attack that's causing me more trouble than anything else. I actually think I'll Poison it this time. Oh, there's the Quick Attack. Pikachu's mortal enemy. I've had more Pikachus die, or I've had Pikachu die to more Quick Attacks than anything else in this game so far. I think. Oh well. No! Stay with me, Oddish. Oh! Ah, that hurts. Oh, there's no way he'll survive another attack. Oh, 1 HP left. Well, you know what? I'm gonna waste a potion. Potions are pretty much useless at this point in the game, and I really would like Oddish to get all the experience points for this, so... Ah, can it live? Can it live? Can it live? Yes! Alright. There should be some valuable experience points for Oddish. Alright, we're at level 21. And wouldn't you know it? We defeated Camper Jeff. This stinks. I couldn't beat your challenge. Ah, that's okay. You're only a kid in green clothes, and yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay. And as I was saying, what? Oddish is evolving! Yes, at level 21, Oddish evolves, but what does it evolve into? Well, let's find out. The weed turns into a bigger weed. Yes, Oddish evolved into Gloom. Now it's the gloomiest, drooliest cross between a flower and weed ever. So yeah, we have our second Pokemon that evolved. That's fantastic. And we made it here to Vermilion City. Awesome. We're making a lot of progress so far, aren't we? Okay. Now then, once you go here, the first thing you're going to want to do is go in the Pokemon Center, not to heal, but to talk to this girl right here. This girl has an item that will make your life a whole lot better. I know I say that about a lot of things, but really, she has something that will make your life very good. If you haven't, well, just talk to her and you'll find out. She says, "The urge to battle with someone you've tangled with before. Have you ever had that urge?" "Yes, I have. I want to re-battle Jovan from Mount Moon, or however you pronounce his name. I want to battle certain people again over and over, too. So I've been giving these away. Please take one." And with that, we obtained the Verse Seeker. With this, you can basically battle any trainer that you battled before, and this is an excellent way to gain experience and level up your Pokemon. Like, if you know a certain trainer has a type of Pokemon that you're good against, then just keep rematching that trainer and that trainer over and over, and just keep getting experience, and before you know it, well, that's just a fantastic way to level up your Pokemon. And I don't care. Yeah, blah. Okay, so yes, use the Verse Seeker to level up your Pokemon. It's a very good item, and we'll leave it at that. Alright, I'm going to go heal real quick, and then we'll continue our adventure shortly after that, so I will be right back. Okay, now at full health, there's another place in here that we're going to want to go. Now, if you recall, just before going in Mount Moon, I said that you would have a way to be able to get Magikarp for free very soon. And this is how you do it. If you talk to this guy, "I'm the fishing guru. I simply love fishing. I can't bear to go without. Tell me, do you like to fish?" Well, in all honesty, I don't like fishing. Actually, to be blunt with you, I hate nature. But just for the sake of argument, we'll say that yes, I do like fishing. And grand, I like your style. I think we can be friends. And with that, he will give you the Old Rod, which will allow you to catch Magikarp for free. Well, as much as it costs to get a Pokeball and catch a Magikarp. But yes, you can run into any kind of Magikarp you want with this, as if there are more than one type of Magikarp. But yes, a Magikarp will only cost as much as it costs you to catch it in a Pokeball. So if you only use one Pokeball, that's 200 Pokédollars. But come to think of it, if you fail to catch a Magikarp 3 times, or have to use a Great Ball, you've actually spent more than what you would have if you had just bought that Magikarp to start with. Interesting. Okay, so that's about all that I want to do here. What do you have to say, old man? Old men always seem to have something weird to say. Did you see the SS Anne moored in the harbor? Huh, apparently there's a ship in here. That ship that Bill told us about. Pokemaniac. Well, as it turns out, that's actually where we're supposed to go. But we're not gonna go there quite yet because there's something else I wanted to do. I want to actually go get an item that you can get when you have 10 Pokemon, and with Gloom's evolution, we have 10 Pokemon officially, so we can go get that item. Was that the deceptive reason why I wanted to wait and not catch a 10th Pokemon? Maybe. Or maybe it was because I couldn't find 10 Pokemon. I didn't think about it until I actually got to this point in the game, and there aren't 10 Pokemon available yet. Well, anyway, what do you got to say, dude? Well, isn't that a surprise? Diglett dug this long tunnel. It goes right to Vermilion City, they tell me. Ooh, so we have a cave that goes to Vermilion City. That's kind of scary. It's a path that leads straight to Professor Oak. So apparently someone made a path thinking that we'd want to go see Professor Oak again. Well, I don't want to, but it is where I want to go. And while we're here, there are 2 new Pokemon that you could actually find in this area. Those Pokemon are... The first new Pokemon you could find here in Diglett's Cave is the Ground-type Pokemon Diglett. Now, I don't want to talk a great deal about Diglett because, as it turns out, the second Pokemon you could find here is Diglett's evolved form, the Ground-type Pokemon Dugtrio. Now, Diglett or Dugtrio, whichever one you catch, this Pokemon is a fantastic Pokemon to consider for any team. It is incredibly fast, and while it doesn't have a great attack stat, it has just enough to be effective, especially with the high base power moves it can learn. While it does have a low defense, if you do manage to find a Dugtrio, which is kind of rare, but if you do find it, this Pokemon will be the strongest thing that you can have at this point of the game. And if you need a ground type in general that's just fast and can hit pretty hard, I would definitely recommend this one, especially if you're playing FireRed and you don't have the option of obtaining a Sandshrew like those players in Leaf Green do. So if you're looking for a fast Pokemon that can hit modestly hard and will be especially effective against the Gym Leader coming up, I would definitely consider this one right here. 2 unique bios in one video. What are the odds? Well, here we are, Diglett's Cave, and I want to put up repels, but I am putting up repels for a different reason than what you'd expect. What are those reasons? Well, maybe you'll find out soon. Maybe. Who knows? So we make our way through here, and could this be the reason why? Oh yes, that is definitely the reason why. If you hadn't guessed, I want to add another member to my team. As it turns out, I would like it to be a Diglett, if he doesn't kill my Pikachu. So yes, I am wanting to add a... I wonder. Yes, I'm wanting to add a Diglett to my team. I've thought about it pretty hard, and I think I could really use a ground-type Pokemon, and I think this could be the one to use. Oh no, it appeared to be caught. Diglett used Dig, and there goes Pikachu. Totally called that. I feel so bad for Pikachu. I'm always spelling doom on it. So yes, I want this Diglett. Now, you might ask, why am I going for a Diglett instead of one of those Dugtrio when, you know, it probably wouldn't be that hard to get. And the reason for that... Oh, come on, Diglett. The reason for that is because I'd actually like to level up Diglett along with my Pokemon. If you find a Dugtrio, he'll be at level 29, and you'll only be able to raise him 2 levels before he'll stop obeying you at this point of the game. Recall that Misty said she would, or that Pokemon would only listen to you up to level 30, and that's the main reason that I'm using this, trying to go for a low-level Diglett instead of a high-level Dugtrio. That, and the last time I tried to catch one, it didn't go so well. So, now that he's paralyzed, let's try another Pokeball. Could we catch the 4th member of my team? 1, 2, 3. Haha, got it! Gotcha, Diglett! So what do you got to say? We have, it burrows through the ground at a shallow depth. It leaves raised earth in its wake, making it easy to spot. So it's a mole. Literally, it's a mole Pokemon. Alright, we have a Diglett. Do I want to give a nickname to this Diglett? I will give it a nickname, but I do not have anything clever to post at this moment, so I will not give it one right now. But trust me, I will be giving my Pokemon nicknames. Don't you worry about that. I will be giving my Pokemon some nicknames. I just kind of want to wait until a little bit later when I actually have some creative nicknames. Oh no! Watch this be a Dugtrio. Oh, it's a Diglett. I know that guy had Diglett's felt. No wonder they created Whack-A-Mole. Oh no. I'm not going another step without Repel being infected. Caught my Diglett. I don't want anything else coming up. No more surprises for me. And you watch, Dugtrio will probably creep up on me when I'm trying to do this. No, we made it. What do you got to say, old man? I really gotta stop. I went inside Rock Tunnel, but it's pitch black and scary in there. If I could get a Pokemon to use Flash and light it up, what would happen? Nothing, because you have absolutely nothing to say. Well, that guy gave us a hint as to why we are here, and that is to... Oh, totally didn't. Okay, we are once again blocked by a tree blocking our path. Well, I guess while I'm here, I could show you this. If you talk to... Fainted Pokemon has no energy left, still use boots like that. Well, if you talk to this person right here, he has something here, a tradable Pokemon that you could trade if you want it. He's looking for Abra, so if you manage to catch that elusive Abra, which gave me a hard time, he will trade you a Mr. Mime. Now, if you're wanting a Mr. Mime, well, here's a little bio for you. Here in this trade, you could obtain the Psychic-type Pokemon Mr. Mime. Now, Mr. Mime has a really good special attack, special defense, and speed stat, but this is unfortunately offset by a really low defense and a pitiful HP stat. But that doesn't mean that this Pokemon is a bad Pokemon. It can take some hits from the special side really well, and with that attack and speed stat, you'll be going first a majority of the time and hitting pretty hard at the same time. Not to mention that by getting this Pokemon in a trade, it will be able to level up very quickly, so you could have a very high-leveled Pokemon on your hands within a relatively short period of time. So if you're looking for a Psychic-type Pokemon that can take some hits, move pretty fast, and do some damage, and you don't have access to a trade partner to get Abra's final evolved form, I would definitely consider looking at this one right here. So the question is, do I obtain this Mr. Mime or not? Well, as it turns out, I actually won't be using any Psychic-type Pokemon on my overall team. Or will I? I don't know. But I'm not going to use Mr. Mime. Well, while we were blocked off from our what we were going to come here for to get the Flash, there is a trade up here, so if you did want to take this route to get this Pokemon, I would definitely recommend it. But unfortunately, we're not able to get the TM that I wanted to get because another tree was blocking our way. I can't tell you how much I look forward to getting revenge on these trees for blocking our path. Okay, so with that, if you wanted to take part in that trade, you could do that. Otherwise, there are Digletts here you could catch. But if you didn't want to catch Diglett and you didn't want to get that trade, then this path at this point in time would be completely useless to you, and yeah. So we'll just leave it at that. Alright, since it's a long way back, I think I will spare you the trip. If something funny happens on my way back, I'll put it in, but for now, I'm going to cut this out and I will meet you guys back at the Pokemon Center. So I will be right back. I lied. I actually meet you guys back here at Route 11. But I'm not going to do anything over in Route 11 because I've got a few other things I'd like to do before I head over there. So, I think with that, I've shown you guys where you can get a few new Pokemon for your team if you want to take advantage of that in-game trade. The in-game trade's here. Catch some Digletts, some Meowth, whatever you want to do. I think that will pretty much do it for this episode right now. We've covered quite a bit. Made it here to Vermilion City, got an old rod, got the option to give you a lot of options for your team, and so on and so forth. So, next time in Pokemon FireRed, we heard that the SS Ann is here. I think we're going to go check that out. Try out the new member of our team and level it up, level up a few other Pokemon, and just kind of see where things go. So, I will catch you guys next time.